Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Happy freaking Generational Wealth Wednesday to each and every one of you. That's right. Another XRP and Flare DriveTime news. I know the fam has been asking me to do this video, get these DriveTime videos out. So, it's a perfect day to do it. Listen, this market is going cray-cray right now. I'm not sure. It's still sideways movement. So I don't know what's going to happen here in the next couple of months or so. It's hard to tell, really. It really is hard to tell what's going to go on with this market. I wish I had answers. I don't. What is it now? Nowadays, we got to start saying this is not financial advice. This is for educational purposes only. YouTube is starting to crack down apparently on a lot of the XRP content creators, which is interesting, and I'm sure it's pretty much because of a couple of channels that just do so much of this promoting of stuff that have gone awry, that YouTube is really starting, seems like, really focusing on XRP content creators, which is very, very interesting to say the least. So, in any who, it is what it is. What can you do? But I wanted to kind of hop on here this morning and just kind of share some of my thoughts about what's going on with the market, what's going on with XRP, Ripple, and Flare, the token Flare Networks, Hugo and the team. I got to tell you, on the Flare tip, the TVL has been crazy. I think it's over 60 million FXRP has been minted now. 60 million units of XRP have been minted. And I gotta say, I gotta give shout out to the XRP army, who made a decision to release the death grip of their XRP, at least a certain portion, right? Certainly don't want to be minting all your XRP. You want to start small and execute or implement ergodicity. Start small, right? 1-2%, whatever it is, and work your way in as you increase your knowledge of what DeFi is and what it can mean for you. For me, it's always been create a cash flow, build a treasury of valuable assets that the ecosystem, that the digital asset space has deemed valuable. And for me, those assets are Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and then we work from there in terms of having a 90% bucket and a 10% bucket, letting the 10% bucket go on that journey of network adoption, go on that journey of going up and to the right of the network adoption curve. Prime example, in my humble opinion, is FLR token and what that ecosystem is building out. I think it is phenomenal, and it's a growing ecosystem for sure. So, are we holders of FLR token? Without question. But there is always for us a 90% and a 10% bucket. That's how we do it, and we look to see how the network grows. And it's been phenomenal to see what they are doing over there. And one of their strategies is providing value over at Flare Networks. One of their strategies is providing value to XRP holders. And boy, oh boy, have they not been doing that. They have been killing the game. Absolutely killing the game over there with doing that and taking that approach and strategy. And so, for me, definitely feel blessed that they went ahead and followed through. It's been years coming, but it's been worth the wait, in my humble opinion. And now you you add what Ripple, the company's strategy, has been in building out the plumbing, if you will, and infrastructure for more use and reuse of the asset XRP. I did a live stream video on that yesterday. You definitely want to check out that live stream. And talking about the reuse of XRP and how it works, and why institutions, without question, are interested in the XRPL and hopping on the XRPL. You definitely want to check out yesterday's live stream to learn more about that. It was a great back and forth with me and ChatGPT. for sure. So excited as an XRP holder, excited as an FLR token holder without question, but excited for asset holders in this space who understand that there is a strategy now. There is a strategy, and you know, we can value these assets. We can hold these assets if we want, if we choose. We can hold a good portion of them, build out a DeFi strategy to generate income. You know, borrow against the assets if you're confident in doing that, and you're well versed and educated on how to do that properly, so that you can do it through bull runs and through bear markets. Massively important to understand how to do that, for sure. So I don't know what the Guac, is it the Guac brothers? I don't know. KW, I don't know. They keep talking about, apparently there's some app that they're building out for borrowing against your crypto. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but it'll be interesting to see. For me, I think DeFi is the way. Quite honestly, for the average Joe and Jane, learning the strategies, learning how to implement it. But I will always tell people from the beginning, if you don't have a long-term vision for DeFi, just don't do DeFi. Just don't do it. If you want these pumps in 30, 60, 90 days, if you want to chase APRs, you're just going to get yourself in trouble. DeFi is a long-term game. What does that mean? That means you're in DeFi and liquidity pools, lending and borrowing for a year, for 2 years, for 3 years. You're growing your treasury of assets. You're growing your treasury of assets. You're building a treasury. It is not about APR for 30 days or 2 weeks. It is not about, well, the value of my liquidity position is down and it's only been 30 days and it's only been down. It's growing a treasury and understanding how it works, right? So please don't get into DeFi thinking you're going to get 100% APR for 30 days and that's awesome. It's just only going to get you wrecked. You know, look at DeFi and look at it as a long-term strategy. Flare DeFi is awesome right now, in my opinion, for XRP, especially since it's early days and especially since it's a growing DeFi ecosystem. You understand? It's a growing ecosystem. That's what you want. Man, wait until Firelight launches. That's going to be absolutely exciting because it's institutional grade DeFi on Flare, available to retail holders, and that's what you want. You want the institutional grade DeFi that is available also to retail. And this is what Firelight is building out. I am absolutely excited and pumped on it. You guys know that I've said on my channel, as for me and my XRP, it will be on Flare. For me and my XRP, it will be on Flare in terms of DeFi. So, yeah, really excited about what they're building out. For sure, can't wait for Firelight to launch. Am I already in DeFi with FXRP? Yes, already lending, already borrowed, right? Already minted XRP into FXRP for sure, and can't wait to do more things with Firelight and stake, and then take my liquid staking token and go there. If you watch and do more DeFi, if you watch my live stream, you understand there's a quote-unquote formula, if you will, for velocity and reusing of XRP. If you understand that formula, check out that live stream video. It is to your benefit to participate and learn the reuse strategy of your XRP. It is absolutely massive if you can get it, if you can understand it, and research strategy, if you will, understand the principle behind it, and look at your DeFi, look at your asset XRP from an institutional lens. How do they see XRP? How do they see reuse velocity? How do they see the XRPL, which is coming as well? If you understand that from the institutional lens, you know, it can be a game-changing home run for you if you can see that. If you can see it. So I hope you guys checked that live stream video I did yesterday. I only did one, so just go check the date, yesterday's date. Watch that live stream. Highly recommend. It'll be more than worth your time to check that out. We gotta see it from an institutional lens. I watched an interesting video yesterday, day before yesterday, with Tony from Thinking Crypto. He had that lady on, I can forget her name now, forgive me, from Franklin Templeton, who's big time crypto, big time DeFi. It's a great read. It's a great listen to, I should say. I hope you guys, encourage you guys to go check out that video as well. Interesting interview. I think it was only 38 minutes long. Well worth it. You want to get the institutional lens and how they are seeing things and how they see crypto, how they see DeFi. It's important because it helps to level up your IQ about this space. And that, my friends, is very, very important. So let's see here, make sure I don't get too lost. I hope you guys enjoy the drive time videos. This is an awesome place to wake up in the morning, go hang out, and drive around a little bit, you know, and check out some things here. So yeah, it's important to get the bigger picture, the institutional lens, as I like to call it. It's important. You know, we were ahead of the game in acquiring these assets and holding these assets. We're ahead of the game, but there's things that we can learn from the institutional lens to strengthen our positions, to you know, implement, you know, next level, if you will, kind of strategies. I thought it was very interesting to hear an institutional player talk about, how should I best use this? She was fascinated by the strategies of DeFi that could be implemented, right, for institutions, and that we in DeFi were already doing things that, you know, the institutions were not able to do, and they were wanting to come into this space to implement some of those strategies as well, the DeFi space. So it's important, very important that you understand how blessed we are to have been here and been here early. This is one of my favorite let's see here, spots for sure. But just imagine that to be able to say not only were we here with early assets before Wall Street, but strategies that Wall Street had not been able to execute. I think is I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty phenomenal that we're blessed to be able to have done that and be here. So, and again, the definition of vision is seeing it before the masses see it. And trust me, just because your bros and your neighbor and your family are not in this space yet, you know, that's a sign, right, that we're early. And again, you got to have the vision to see it, in my view, before the masses see it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, check out that video from Tony from Thinking Crypto. It's definitely worth the listen to for sure. Definitely worth a listen to for sure. What else did I want to talk to you guys about? XRP DeFi on Flare. I think the DeFi is going to have a big time resurgence. I really do. And I think the institutions are chomping at the bit to get these regulations in place, so that they can do more things in DeFi with crypto. So, and it's coming. You can tell, you can see the regulations coming. It's just not about these ETFs. In my view, it's bigger than that, in my view. And DeFi is certainly going to be the way, without question. The new economic model is being built out, and institutions are waiting for regulations so that they can participate in this space in a big time way. The XRPL is getting, you know, it's the feature sets and feature rich. XRPL is in place for sure. It's going to be very interesting to see these lending protocols get implemented and what Ripple is going to do with Ripple Prime, formerly known as Hidden Road. I hope you're paying attention to it. Again, watch my live stream video on that, the moves and how Ripple is setting up, you know, It's going to be big time when they get everything kind of set up, and they're just about there. You know, they mentioned in this recent blog post about the, you know, offering collateralized lending for XRP. A lot of people missed it, but that is a big, you know, note in that blog and what they're looking to do. Like, Ripple is definitely looking at things from the institutional lens. And I've got to tell you, the XRPL is, again, watch my video that I live stream video I did yesterday. It's just perfectly positioned to check all the boxes for institutional use. It's important. Don't get hung up on TPS. Look and do your homework from the institutional lens. It's important. How do institutions see the asset XRP? How do institutions see and value the XRPL? This is the lens, in my opinion, that we need to take a look at and view things from that lens. View it from that lens. Look, we built an awesome asset class without the institutions, but they're coming, and so now we need to look at how do they see things. How do they value assets? How do they value blockchains? And then be ahead of that, right? Because we can participate now. They still may have to wait for a box or two to be checked, but we can participate now. But we want to know where they're going, right? Find out where everyone else is going. What assets are they going into? What blockchain are they hopping onto? And then get there first. That's the key. All right, fam. This wraps up my XRP and Flare daily news, drive time daily news in around 0 to 10 minutes. I hope it has been of value to you. If it has, do me a favor, hit that like button. It's one of the greatest ways that you can support the channel, for sure. And do me a favor, if you've been enjoying these videos, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. We're on a mad dash to get to 10,000 subs, and we know we can get there with your help. We appreciate each and every one of you. I'm going to end this one like I do all my videos and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win, but that's okay though, because you and I, we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this, perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya. Bye.